Hi, this is Joe Bolen, and we're going to continue on with our text editor project that we started a couple of videos ago. This time, though, we're going to be focusing on the actual event procedures to make our program come alive, in a sense. Up to this point, all we have done is designed the form. We've created the form, we've added a MenuStrip, a ToolStrip, and a multi-line text box to our form. But we have not yet been able to make it do anything other than look pretty. Well, that's nice, but we need to have procedures behind it to actually make the code come alive. So in this lesson, we're going to look at doing just that. So let's take first of all a look at our pretty form we've got going right now. So we're in Visual Basic, and I'm with the editor, and we have our menu ToolStrip. We have our just plain ToolStrip, and we have our multi-line text box. But it doesn't do anything. Now we're going to make it come alive. And we do that by selecting the different options and creating events for that. So for example, if I come up here to the File menu, right now it will do nothing, but I'm going to make it come alive now. So I'm going to select the New option on that, and I'm going to double click on it, and this will actually create our first lines of code that we're going to start editing. So I'm going to double click it, and you'll see that the code has been brought into place. I'm going to go full screen at this point and change the size of our text so it's easier for you to see. And I'm going to hit the underscore just before handles and then hit the enter key. That gives me my continuation line. Now what I'd like to do is to teach you a little bit about documentation. One of the things we want to do is use the comment, which is the apostrophe in Visual Basic. So I'm going to comment this and say file, get my fingers on the right keys, file new option on that. So that's what this procedure is doing. And what I'm going to do is code in another comment to do code file new option. That reminds me I've got to do that. And I'm also going to put in a message box to do, in quotes, code file new option. Okay, there it is. There is our file new. I'm going to hit save all right now, and we're going to run this to see this line of code work. So we basically have a comment. Nothing happens here with file new option. It just tells me later on what this code is going to be doing. This tells me I need to do something in this section to make it work. And this is just a quick message box that'll pop up to show to me that I am in this procedure. So let's save all, hit start, debug, and we've got our program up and running. And I'm going to hit file, new, and my text editor popped up with the code file new option. On that, I hit OK, and I've come back out. So right now we've got that one working for us, and that's our first start of creating a procedure on that. All controls and other components have default event items, and we're going to learn how to code that. We saw that I came to the designer and I double clicked on it, and that'll create the default event for that control. Also, I have over to the side, I have the ability to switch to the events button by clicking on the events button, and you'll see the click event is the default event for that one. If I go to open, you'll see right now there is no default event for the open. I can click on this, which I'm going to do, and it becomes in my code. Once again, I'm going to come over, I'm going to hit the underscore and hit the enter key, and then I'm going to add, in fact I'll just come up here real quickly, grab this with a copy, Control C, come down here and do a Control V to paste it in, And this is the open file option. Code the open file open here. And I want to say open down here. Okay, so we've got that set. Let's go back to the designer and we'll keep doing that. Here's our save. And once again, I'm going to come over and come just before the handles to make it a little easier to read on the screen. I'm going to do the same thing here. Copy. And I noticed I forgot something up here. I forgot to say on a comment, file open option. And I'm going to also do it here. File save option. And I'm going to put in here code file save option. Okay. Let's go back now to the designer and do save as. Now I'll have the save as in there. Scan, put the underscore in place. Comment above it. And say file save as option. And I'm going to bring this in with a Control C, copy it, Control V to paste. Okay, let's go back and get the page set up. Okay, underscore. We'll do the same thing here. File page set up option. And I'll come down here and change that to file page setup. Okay, let's go back to our designer, go to the print one, double click on it, and once again I'll comment above it and say file print option. On that, I'm going to also change at the handles, the underscore, and I'm going to add in here the same thing, file print option. Okay, you're getting an idea of what I'm doing. Let me do print preview. Okay, come right by the handles, add our code here. And change this down here. Okay, come back to our designer, get the exit, and here we want to put the underscore here, come down, and we want to say exit program. And we'll come down here. Okay. There we go. Now let's try this out. I'm going to do a save all. Let's run it. And we'll have coded now the ones for this. So new will work. Text editor. File open. code the file open option, save as, or save as, and page setup. Okay, well, you get the idea what I'm doing. Now, we want to do that for all the different menu options, but I also want to do it for the tool strips. Now, you'll notice file new is the same as the tool strip new on that. And what I want to do is have one procedure that does both those actions on that. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Let's go back to our Forms Designer, and let's go back to the tool strip area where I have a new one there for new, and you'll see the default is the click event, and if I just click this, I'd create a new tool strip click event on that, but I want to use the one I already have out there off the menu tool strip, so I'm going to hit the drop down, and you'll see there I have the new tool strip menu click option, and I'm going to click on that. And now let's go back to our code on our form on the code area, and you'll see if I scroll back up to the file new that in fact what's happened is I have not only the new tool strip menu item click event, I also have the new tool strip button click event. Both events are handled by the new tool strip menu item click procedure. So now the button as well as my file option both come into this particular line of code. So I'm not coding two separate procedures. Let's go back and do the ones that follow with our ones that we've already done. We've got a open, so I'm going to come over here, highlight that one, come over to the properties window, hit the drop down, and find the open one. Click that one. I'm going to do for the save, highlight it, make sure I have the save tool button, hit the drop down, find the save. There is no save as button. We'll go to the print one, come over here to the click property, find the print one right there. We have that one, and then we're going to do the other ones in a little bit. But what we have done at this point is we've got a number of things already coded into our system for our program ready to go. Now let me go full screen here, and all these are from the file menu option. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to group this series of code. So what I'm going to do is come up to the top here, and in Visual Studio we have what's called region on that. So I'm going to come down to the region on that and hit a apostrophe, or yes, apostrophe, and I'm going to say file menu to tell me that everything in here is from the file menu. Whoops, that's not apostrophe, it's actually quotes, I'm sorry. Okay, and you'll see the in region came in. I'm going to go in here real quickly and cut it out with a Control X, come down to my bottom here and paste it back in, and that blocks it up. Now I also have areas in here that I'll want to deal with, and this particular area deals with printing on that, so I'm also going to put in here a region for this one, and I'm going to say region printing, and I'm just going to come on down past the printing on this spot and do a # in region, and that'll take care of that. Now what's nice is with the region coded in, I can quickly collapse things related to it. Here's the file menu, and then if I come down here I can collapse the printing area on that. So it gives me the ability to organize my code and quickly find things. Now, what I'm going to do is go ahead and code the rest of this and the buttons, and you'll see that everything down here will be grouped in region settings on that, so you can see how the code was done. Right now we have active everything off the file menu with a simple to do and a message box. Now let me tell you something else about why I use the to do colon in front of this. This gives me an ability also to see the tasks that I have to be done in my project. So if I come up to view and then go to other windows, and one of the options in the other windows is to see your task lists. And there's my task list down here at the bottom, and you'll see that all my to-dos that I've coded in are right there, and I can quickly find one. Let's say I want to find the find new on that. I just double click on it, and I'm right there where I have that information coded. So the task list becomes a nice way to find out what things need to be done. You already have the procedures in place. Now we need to code in the meat and potatoes of our code, so to speak, but we have things set up and our structures defined. Now what I would like you to do is to go out to Pastebin and take a look at the code that I have out there, and you'll see out at Pastebin I have the design time set up as well as a link to all the code out there. At this point I'll have code out there to let you see the shell of what I've completed for this particular lesson, with all the different procedures highlighted like I did in the video, as well as using the region statement to block things so it's easy to find sections in my code. So at this point in time we've done a very simple thing. We've created event procedures. We've double clicked on different things from our menu to create the default event for that particular option. Also, we've gone in and highlighted, in this case we went to the ToolStrip to a button, and we highlighted it and went over to the properties window and selected the events button there, and then went to the default event, which was the click event, and associated the click event for that button to one we had already defined, instead of having two separate procedures. So now our procedures, where there are common possibilities for things to be done using either the ToolStrip or the menu ToolStrip, we can then go to that same procedure. So a procedure does not have to be only one kind of control. We can have a number of different kinds of things going to the same procedure, as well as controls have more than one event associated with it. They always have, though, a default event associated with it that we're used to coding, especially like the button click event. So we've got things going. Go out to Pastebin, take a look at things, and if you like this video series, give me a thumbs up at YouTube. I'd appreciate it. Take care and get your hands dirty.